Hello, welcome back. We're just hopping on for a short one tonight. I think it's important to get on. More important to just get on and give it a go than it is to, just let it go by. Be easier to watch a movie right now. Where we left off. Let me switch this song and walk through some of it. All right. Oh, I don't know about this song. That's another thing. We're gonna have to work on our background music for the YouTube streams here. We did get permission to use someone's music, but I forgot the channel. 8A, how are you, buddy? How are you doing? And thank you for TrueX Edits for the new thumbnail. We're making use of that tonight. All right, so you might notice the PSP isn't up tonight. Part of the reason is we're actually working on the server and local, so it makes that difficult. We could do some housekeeping stuff that would make it easier, and it would also serve as an event we run our YouTube tokens. Fortunately, we're not gonna have that issue tonight because we haven't streamed in 2 nights, so let me boot that up actually. And let's see, come on, you can do it. Might have to restart the server. Stuart, hello buddy. I am doing okay. It's an interesting time in life, but still here. All right, it looks like we need to do a server reboot. Let's go ahead and do that. I did, buddy. I can't text from American number, but I got it. It was a big problem growing up because we couldn't call family easily. Oh, I don't think so, but we got Facebook. As you can probably tell, though, Stuart, it's been a muddy situation. Booting the server so we can get chat up. Oh, got a love coffee. Hey, buddy, good to see you. How's your week going? Just working on getting chat up now. Come on, Docker, you're taking a minute. Well, this is a lot of development for you. It's waiting for things to build or start. Oh, it's late here. It's 2:46 in the morning. I assume it's during the day in Nepal, right? We had some reports that Kynto was slow for some folks on Discord, so we're going to take a look at that. Yeah, I haven't been to bed yet. Well, I had a nap. I would have been on earlier, but all right, there we go. Chat is active. Let's make sure that you guys can hear each other.
Yesterday, my whole internet crashed because of Amazon.
Oh, wow. I heard about that. My buddy messaged me. He's like, yeah, I can't do my job because Amazon's down. Yeah, apparently there's a big Amazon outage. We could have a quick look on our end and see what's happening now. YouTube was also out about 5 days ago.
Yeah.
So let's take a look. Oh yeah, all over the news. Look. I'm curious which actual services went out. We do utilize Amazon here for these streams, Kynto.
Amazon runs around 70% or internet.
Horrifying statistic. It even affected airlines. So people are probably stranded because of that. We'll try to figure out which service went out. Wow.
I think 70% or something.
I don't think you're far off with that number, actually.
70%. I guess it's same as Cloudflare.
Yeah, and Cloudflare's in front of a lot of the internet. So even if you're not hosting with Cloudflare, most people don't. They forward your connections. Guys, make sure you like the stream. It's the only thing that we can do to tell YouTube to send more folks in. Try to figure out which service. Okay, here we have a list of the actual services. I've seen DynamoDB in there. Okay, so EC2, that's Amazon's virtual servers is EC2 that was taken out. And it took out DynamoDB, SQS. Not sure why this is scrolling everywhere. And Amazon Connect. Yep, that was a big one. Right. Well, hopefully that's settled down now. That's a bit much. Quickly activate Twitch because some folks do check in over there. It's mostly people that have found the channel on YouTube though, but still.
Man, the amount of power that would required in coming years is horrifying, all that just to let some dev vibe code tears of joy.
Oh, it's funny you mention that. The state of Texas is actually running out of water because of the demands on the new data centers. Literally,
It was 30%,
an entire state.
I thought it was 70%. All my friends had same crash.
Well, here's the thing. Is that 30% of the internet disproportionately? Is that 30% disproportionately like the main services of the internet? Like, you know, WhatsApp, Fortnite, Roblox.
I is literally drinking water.
Yeah, horrifying. Stuart, my watch hours are about 1,000, so pretty low, but we got to get started somewhere, eh?
I will help.
Appreciate it, thank you. Yeah, anything helps. So last week we were doing some Python. Which is actually pretty fun. A little bit different than what I'm used to working with. And when I left it off, we actually had this connect into the Kynto server and able to communicate with it, which is great. And speaking of AI, we're actually running our own AI model right here in-house, so you can add me to the water problem. That's what all this is about. When I say our own AI, that means we're not making a connection to a remote server.
Bro, in Nepal crashing internet is common, but I realized after the crash it is international.
Yeah, that's a shame. I'm curious when the crashes will start affecting the big AI companies and how that's going to affect the internet. Because we've yet to see something like that, right? Especially with vibe coders taking over the industry.
Which one, Quen or Mistral? 7B.
What do you mean? Ooh. Okay. So here's a little bit more information I just pulled on Amazon. For those that don't know, you get to pick where your servers are hosted out of. So US East 1 is the key one. That's like New York, like the eastern seaboard of America.
Which I model? Like are you self-hosting?
Yeah, so I'm using the Alibaba model. It's remarkable. It's actually quite powerful when it comes to coding. So yeah, the outage affected US East 1. I'm on US East 2. I actually set up the servers in Ohio. And it was accidental, but Kynto would have been up. So that's funny.
What is Alibaba?
I think Alibaba is like a Chinese Google.
Ah.
Or maybe it's more like Amazon for China, but I think it has a search engine as well. It's huge. It's the 5th largest AI company in the world. But being able to run models on your own computers is important.
How come someone doesn't know Alibaba?
I think it's partly just because of where we're at in the world. You know, if we were in China, we would know. But I think it's very important with AI that we're able to run these models on our own machines and computers. Aye. Learning every day, aren't we? Oh, I see the issue here.
I am extremely near China as my country is in the middle of India and China.
Oh, that's really interesting. Oh yeah. You're at the Himalayas essentially.
Nepal.
Do you get a lot of Chinese tourists?
Yeah.
Let's investigate what's going on here. So we're moving the server partly to TypeScript, which means some of the things I was doing before with JavaScript need reworked.
Dikshith says, what are you working on?
Hello, welcome to the chat. I'm working on this system that you're chatting to me through. There's a lot to it, but you can immediately see like one of the things it does. And tonight we're working on implementing our own local AI pulling onto the server. Then we'll probably expand into making it so it automatically translates chat. So that's led me to Python for the first time in a long time.
Yeah, same. What's with iModel? Weren't we working on Kynto?
Well, the first model I integrated was obviously OpenAI's Chat GPT. That was like bloody 2 years ago now. Llama. So I use a wrapper called GPT for All that PH Designs, one of the regulars and a moderator on the channel, likes to suggested. Well, I found out they had a nice little Python package to integrate, but I wanted to add WebSocket support, so that's what I did. So we can stream responses from the AI model right into the chat we've got here. And I also included a REST endpoint as well. So that's what's forcing me to work in Python a little bit, which I kind of embraced.
How old are you? I am 14. I don't even know what are you talking about.
I'm an old man.
14.
Yeah.
Welcome to the channel, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and actually test the system out. As you can see, it's live. A little bit different than what you're used to seeing on YouTube.
Mr. Dexter says we will.
Hey, you gotta do some edits for me, bro. How are you doing, Mr. Power Skills?
I just found this channel, so could you give us a short intro of yourself, maybe?
Yeah, 100%. So I'm Will, also CodeLog. I started coding when I was 12. Coding things like this, actually. and kind of made a career out of it.
He has a whole lore behind it.
Yeah, that's true. 2x Edits, what's going, buddy?
TrueX Edits says what's up.
Yeah, so this project has a lore, that's for sure. And kind of on this live stream stuff to bring it to more people and get more people into coding stuff for themselves as a way to learn. You know, it's fun. But I appreciate the question.
Snappo says 6 likes and growing. Every single one helps build this world.
And folks watching, make sure you're subscribing. I looked at the stats and it's like 70% of the watchers are not subscribed at all.
Where do you even live?
I live in Florida. Not from here originally, but I've been here over half my life now. It's actually when I moved to America, I started learning how to code in the first place.
What do you work as?
I was a Vue developer for a large bicycle company, but currently I'm searching for a new job. And I get to show you guys what that experience looks like. It is lovely. Sarcasm insert.
IP. Brew. Mistakenly wrote that.
TrueX Edits. The avatars were originally made in basically the equivalent of a fancy paint program.
Localhost.
Look at that, we have 29 watchers. Yeah, guys, you have to join, you have to subscribe to actually be able to post and chat, so unless you're fine just lurking. But I will tell you what I suggest for pixel art in a second. Yeah, this is it. Let me pull it into view. And that's actually a feature after finish coding, guys. Yes, yes. So if you check the video description, there should be a link right in there. And I know there's one in my YouTube profile, but yeah, please make sure you guys are joining the Discord.
Are you talking about the inbuilt paint app in Windows?
So yeah, just so you guys know, I did start coding a pixel art tool. I want to do actually a whole video on this.
Brew.
Twitch _ dong5ss says brew. Pixel art.
Yeah. How you doing, buddy? But let me tell you, TrueX, what I recommend right now, because this isn't finished.
Damn.
Does it bring you back?
My internet agent crashed.
TrueX Edits, I recommend this. ASE Sprite.
PH Design.
Aspie, right?
Yeah, yeah, this is a good... I'm not allowed to say yeah to that, but I appreciate you, man.
I need the avatar close-up if you have.
I can send you, I can do that.
SSUP.
All right, pretty cool. I was just planning on coming on for a short one tonight, but that's why it's important to get on. You never know when it picks up a little bit.
If you are learning, give 2 to 3 avatars close up, either solo or in group. Tell me from where you learn.
Where did I learn? I mean, I could literally tell you what books I read, but I think the main thing is I had a project I wanted to build, and it was a matter of asking Google the right questions.
We need to have more dev watches.
Yeah, I think so. You guys are immense help to that. I just want to say that by having you guys come around and regularly check and join these streams, that's 100%, you know, telling YouTube what's up. Like, this is the type of audience this resonates with. Because I'd like to get more into the code. I'd like to, you know, just go in filtered. And I get that not everyone's going to understand. There's some people are going to know more than I do, and that's great. That's the type of conversations I want to have. All right.
Is there any map of Halloween-themed jack-o'-lantern?
There is.
I am
There
trying
is,
to
but I
learn Lua, but it
I
is
have
too
to fix
hard. I
it.
can't even understand variable loudly crying.
Try making short dev videos from chat itself like PrimeGen do.
Can you explain that a wee bit with the PrimeGen? I'll check them out. We could do it right now on stream. I like this actually. I like the show and tell aspect. It's one of the things that I really enjoy about the stream. Truex always contributes to it. PH Designs and yourself as well. See, my huge problem is I'm not disciplined. I'm incredibly creative and I have a lot of experience, but I need to develop more discipline.
What's your plan for the Halloween jack-o'-lantern face with tears of joy thinking face?
We could probably make a little mini game out of it, but I'll show you what I've got. Taking a look at a little PrimeGen off screen here. All right, so you guys have seen prior software, right? Kind of has a similar format to this with a whiteboard on the screen. You can't probably see that actually. Let me see. But he gets a lot of views and support.
Jan MCK Creative says watching people develop discipline that I can't is just amazing. Loudly crying.
I can relate. So the guy this reminds me of, I'll show you, is Metal. Not Metal. What's his name? I just said it. Oh, Pirate Software. And there's another coding channel I do recommend. He's called Coding Jesus. I enjoy watching him kind of rip people apart, actually.
Tears of joy, tears of joy.
Yeah, like you get that go to school to be programmers, and he'll basically give them like interview questions as if, you know, you're interviewing for a job. And by the end of it, the person's almost in tears because you realize that they didn't pay attention. And that's what I say, it's really important. Doesn't matter if you're in school or not. You need to have personal projects and you need to constantly be learning. And I think one of the ways you do that is by making it enjoyable to learn. If you're coding a game, man, it's fun to build your game.
At Gen Creatives, welcome buddy. Face blue wide eyes.
Like, sub, share, comment.
Yeah, I watch him too, and also Fireship. His video doesn't trigger my ad.
Ah, it sounds familiar. Let me check him.
Oh, I was a Unity Develi.
Oh, okay.
Developer.
That's exciting. Look at us. We're doing all right today. We've got 7 likes. We've only been on 30 minutes. That's pretty good. Yeah, I enjoyed
At just
Fireship's
doing
videos.
YouTube, how's going, buddy?
4 million subscribers.
Face
Bloody
blue
hell.
smiling.
Kinda want to watch this video. React wants to win you back. We use a lot of React here. You know what's interesting is his videos are short enough that you're not likely to click off before they finish. So that keeps his watch ratio high. So it's something to pay attention to. I'm not a very good YouTuber or anything, but I have good pattern recognition. So that's the sort of stuff I analyze.
How's life going on?
Hello, Fred. How are you? Better now that you're here.
Exactly.
All good here, true.
It's fascinating, actually.
He's good, actually.
He's one of the biggest dev channels I've seen ever. If you guys have any other recommendations for giant dev channels to check out, I'd like to know. Oh, but here, Alibaba. So this is what I was speaking about.
Idea for a aviation game.
Short, informative, and good for us devs.
Let's take a quick look with this muted. I just want to see, because I was mentioning that we're integrating Alibaba right now on local, and its code generation was surprisingly good.
Quen.
Alibaba. Isn't he died?
It's totally called Quen, huh? I wonder if that's the model it's running a local. I'm sure it's not, but we'll verify.
NA just disappeared for some time, needed to learn the China way.
If you see there, right there, that was Python that was getting used to integrate with it. And that's one of the reasons that I'm moving into Python as well. I've kind of neglected it, like professionally. I've never worked in a Python space. All right. All right, I think I'm gonna go grab some water, folks. Be right back.
I'm working on my own Python project stock and I technical analysis. It's mostly classification models cat boost not gen, but will integrate gen I too.
This channel is not using much of coding or that stuff, just some storytelling techniques taken out using AI and some matching stock footages. That's why his average video duration is 4 minutes.
Nice analysis.
I heard that about the classification project. That's got my interest. I've actually been thinking about along those lines myself because I want to sort my video library. I've got a lot of screen recordings of coding and I'd like to sort them somehow. So I thought we'd explore that. So please keep us updated or tell us anything you can about your project. And that's true, Truex. You know, coding is like making a sausage. It's people like seeing the results, but not so much the code itself.
At CodeLock, are you also into that type of videos he is posting? Thinking face.
For specific subjects, he's hooked me in 100%. It could be a quick way to get up to speed with anything, but it's not so much like you wouldn't go there for in-depth stuff, right? But it'll make you aware of something, you go Google it or look it up on YouTube. Me personally, I enjoy channels more in the code.
I suggested PrimeGen.
PrimeGen, okay. You did mention him. Half a million subscribers. He's not small. That's another question. Like, what point do you go from being like a small channel to a large one? I think anything over 10,000 was not bad. Oh, that's beautiful. Just seeing that working. That's exciting. Right, we're gonna have to think here. Whoops.
Channels which are doing coding sitting hour and hour are counted in hardwork, and this type of channels nowadays growing too much faster, easier are using storytelling techniques with direct output.
Yeah. Yeah, so even like one of the biggest quote-unquote developer channels I mentioned was Pirate Software. And he live streams up to 10 hours a day, but he's mostly just sitting there playing like Call of Duty or Battlefield. I'm not kidding. Look up Pirate Software on YouTube, click his live tab, and you tell me how much coding he's actually getting done. It's surprising. Literally 10 hours a day just playing games. I mean, that's awesome. That's a great gig for him, but I think he's also squalling, you know, not taking advantage of an amazing situation he's in. He could literally be building stuff with an audience behind him.
Face
I think
with
that's
tears
one
of
of the...
joy. I have seen that rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, we could be building
We
stuff
can
with an
play
audience behind them.
AOI LAN, VLAN, party tiers.
Why does my internet crash? Loudly crying face.
Send your love and support to Nepal. They need it. Okay.
Also, the protests were horrific.
Yeah, you know, you guys have been through some stuff. I'm just glad that at least your power's on and you're able to have some sort of normal life.
Dedication flexed, biceps light skin tone even with internet crashing.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's port
I mean
5000.
AOE, Age of Empire, not AOI.
Oh,
Meant.
dude, I love Age of Empires. That was like, I love that game. Love it. I would definitely play that. I've been playing that since I was literally a child. Yeah. I absolutely love that game. And for folks that don't know what Age of Empires are, I'm so sorry. There's also a couple other games along those lines which I adored.
What is that?
So it's a real-time strategy game. You build up a civilization and an army, and you could play with other people or you play against bots, and they would either attack you or you would attack them. You could also make alliances.
Do you prefer tea or coffee while coding?
Oh, that's a
Have you
great
ever
question.
checked tab on thinking face?
I drink coffee solely for the energy, but I love a good cup of tea to calm down, if that makes sense. I have not.
Oh, like Clash of Clans.
Without the pay to play, yeah. What is Haboon? Is that like a channel? Oh, it's a
Clip is
retro
long beaming
hotel.
face with smiling eyes.
Interesting. It's so weird that Habbo retros are still a thing today. Sulaki sent me a cease and desist when I was 13. So I was operating my own private server. They didn't like that. Oh, those were the days we'd have to join Hamachi.
Dude, Age of Empire is GOAT, not like COC.
I actually know. There was a guy that used to operate a forum called otakuforums.com, and he got sued into oblivion by Sulaki. Like, they took his car.
Amachi tears of joy, tears of joy.
Yeah, you must know what
My
I'm talking
God,
about.
rolling on the floor laughing.
Yes, sir. Just to play, you'd have to download that. Might actually do a cup of tea. I think that's a good idea.
How he coded this thinking face at code lock.
The virtual private server? Oh, I could literally walk you through that. It's a great question.
Is nomenclature important to you? Bro, the worst thing is the internet mostly crashes most unwanted time but not in the times when you want it to crash, like boring online classes.
As for nomenclature, I'd say yes, but I'd say I'm also
Coded
ignorant
what?
in a lot of ways.
VPS.
I'm ignorant in a lot of ways, so I don't. I'll know like a certain concept or how to implement something, but not really understand
you
like,
from?
what
I
other
didn't
people call it, if that makes sense. So I'd say it's definitely important, but could do better.
He's from Nepal.
I feel like we need to do like a whiteboard session to demonstrate how you would do a Habbo server. Let me see.
Isn't YT banned there?
That's China, I guess.
I think we're going to modify my paint program so I can use it to like explain
NA the protest got
concepts.
it.
Let's check. What did I call it? Call it editor.js.
What's your view on vibe coding?
I mean, I hate it as a, I hate it because it prevents people from learning how to code. And it gives them a false sense of security. And they just miss out on the ability to like know even what bad code is. So I think AI in the hands of an experienced developer is
Should be
great.
vibe learning.
And I love that. Yes, I love that because I was just going to say it can amplify your abilities that you already have, and it can also be instrumental in helping you, absorb new frameworks, languages, or platforms. But I see vibe coding as dangerous, and I see it as a big reason that programming is being devalued in the industry. Employers are paying less, they're hiring less people. And we're going to see the consequences for
if
that.
someone asks you to make a game like Minecraft, what languages are you going to code with?
Ha. Well,
CPPOFC.
well, here's where it gets interesting working on vocals. Using WebAssembly, you could code your game in C++, but still have it deployed on the web. So that's the kind of direction I'd want to go.
ASM dude tears of joy.
Yeah, literally. Let's just do it in assembly. But for me, the first thing is, does it run on web? With tools like WebAssembly and WebRTC, WebSockets, all that stuff,
Ha ha ha.
you can implement Lua. But I think targeting web is so important because people are so less likely to download your stuff today than they ever were.
Lua is kinda mid.
What's your favorite scripting language?
But there is a condition: you have do it for free. Face with tears of joy.
It's called Roblox language.
Without using money, rolling on the floor laughing.
Alright, I'll show you exactly what I would do.
I know.
Because let's be honest, who's going to create their own engine in C++?
Can be
Maybe
done.
Terry Davis, but no, probably not going to be me. Free.js is incredibly powerful, and it's still built for web, so you have access to WebAssembly. And let me show you why. You can build incredibly responsive
Would
stuff.
faster to use a game engine.
Exactly. So Free.js is pretty solid. We can take a look at the code here. Yeah. And the way they're generating these maps, by the way, I actually leverage this in Kynto. This is Perl and Noise they're using to generate the height maps.
CPP plus OpenGL.
Let's see if I can take a look at the code here. So it's about 200 lines of code to do that entire scene you just seen there. That's one of the advantages of building for the web. You're heavily abstracted from actually what's going on. It's so funny to see 3D mixed with document get element by ID, but that's the world we live in. Let's see, where's the Perl and Noise?
Wow, 100 points.
Yeah, 100%. We'll explore our Free.js project as a stream here.
Interesting. I would love to have a performance comparison.
Oh, 100%. I mean, the first thing I'll say is web has always been slower, but it's only in the past decade to the past 5 years where web has become completely beyond acceptable for producing apps and games in a way it wasn't before. Like, you couldn't even use YouTube without downloading a plugin previously. Like, you needed Flash Player. But you know what we'll do? We're going to do a project where we build a very basic 3D version of Kynto and Free.js. It'll connect to the server just like we have now, so you can see the chat bubbles and you can see an avatar. But that's the project that I'd like to take on for at least a week. And we'll build it up together.
That would be amazing, starstruck.
100%. And we'll definitely compare its performance to like the 2D engine we have as well, because that's one metric that we can make use of. But as this channel grows, I'd love to do stuff like this in C++ as well. Like, that would be awesome. Or like, just keep experimenting. And we're not even getting into the old hardware I've got. I'd love to explore the Commodore 64 and all sorts of stuff, but I feel like that's a Christmas project. Working at Vocal says, how many software engineers does it take to change a light bulb? None. That's a hardware problem. That's good. Yeah. I'll have to create a ticket first.
All right,
you got to create a support ticket.
Guys need to do some coding.
That's awesome, man. 100%. Cheers for checking in, buddy, and can't wait to see you again. Keep us updated on the project.
Rolling on the floor laughing.
Yeah, I like your jokes, guys. Because we can always clip them as well.
What time are you awake till, brother?
Oh, that's the question of my life, man.
Face with tears of joy. I think I'm going to get a cup of tea real quick, actually. I think that would be helpful. So I'll be right back. Thinking about the Free.js stuff now, though, I can't lie.
Why do programmers prefer dark mode? Because light attracts bugs.
That's bloody true. Ah.
Rolling on the floor laughing.
I think we've got a good title and description set up now, and good thumbnail thanks to TrueX. It seems a key thing is to mention live coding in the title. If we don't have that, this channel doesn't get served to anyone. Oh. Cup of tea.
Exactly.
I love chai.
I've had chai, but I don't know. I've not had it recently. Sounds bloody good. Do you drink chai with like milk?
What's chai?
Maverick says I love chai.
Let's see. Cut off the message. Let me read it out.
Drink or something.
Work on vocals. Chai is basically milk tea that originates from India, and it sounds fantastic. India has a lot of tasty drinks and food, that's for sure.
Chai lovers in chat face with tears of joy.
Yeah.
I never seen chai.
Bubble tea was taking over the internet for a while.
You haven't seen the world then. Haha.
Oh, we need to disable this to play with a Kynto program. All right, let's see here.
Is it? I don't think so. Beaming face with smiling eyes.
Oh, why is my computer lagging? What's going on here? Usually it's because Docker is consuming all my memory.
Is it caffeine free?
I hope not, TrueX. Oh yeah, it's Docker. It's destroying my device. Look at that lag. I have to figure this out.
Tea doesn't have caffeine, coffee do haha.
Working on vocals,
Tea
I
has
think it
tannin.
has caffeine and theobromine, but it has like less caffeine than coffee. Let's see.
Caffeine is there rolling on the floor laughing.
Otherwise, half of the UK would be asleep. Yeah, so it's got caffeine and theobromine. And I think theobromine is also in chocolate. It's one of the things that are responsible. Some people actually feel relaxed or calmed when they eat chocolate. And I think that's one of the main reasons that tea is calming. Because no one would describe coffee as calming.
Oh, looks like
Unless-
I also gotta see the world then too.
Working on vocals, you're speaking for us all. Like, I think the most dangerous thing a human can do is assume that they know everything.
Rolling on the floor laughing without caffeine. I don't think anyone is out there.
Yeah. All right. I'm literally closing tabs down so I can just bloody code. Come on.
Haha, I was just humorous haha. Humorous sorry.
Everybody loves hummus. Well, some people don't. All right, I guess we have to restart Chrome with some memory. All right, so now it's Python that's eating all my memory. Oh, I think I know why. Look at this. Because I didn't have debouncing. Someone mentioned that last stream. They asked if what was coding was debouncing. And in a sense, it actually is. Now let's see how this is behaving. Oops. All right, well that explains why my computer was blown up. Self-inflicted. All right. So we're gonna modify this little screen you see here to be like a tool that I can use to like explain ideas and concepts. You might have seen that with like CrownGen. I think he's a programmer that did
What
that.
are the use case of GPT for all?
Ooh, that's a large question. I don't think I could do it justice, but a couple of use cases that come to mind for Kynto would be as code assist. We could get it in here. So if you look at what I have implemented already, I have all these AI personalities that I've created in the system. And right now this is just hooked up to OpenAI's ChatGPT. But with a switch of a button, I can make that use GPT for all instead. So one of the use cases is I just don't want to, pay to use ChatGPT or OpenAI. I could run it on my own machine. Also, as an individual, I hate relying on the quote-unquote cloud for things. I want like democracy of like information exists in people's computers and devices, not out there. So being able to just pull that in, it's huge. But let's take a look at some of the models that are supported. So if you've heard of Hugging Face, that's a place where open source projects and even large companies that are not open source will release models that you can play with. And GPT4All makes those available as well. The one I'm playing with is Reasoner V1, and if you guys remember, we looked at Quen Coder, and the fact that's running on this Mac right here is just, it still blows my mind. All that and 4 gigs of space. This is huge, and I don't think we've even touched the surface.
I don't know many face with tears of joy people out there thinks AI will remove them out rolling on the floor laughing.
Well, the funny thing is, it's just they're giving up and letting someone else use AI to remove them, if that makes sense. Like, and here's Llama. Someone mentioned Llama earlier in the chat. This does support that, so we could play with that. I'm curious about actually leveraging like image generation as well. I'm sure Stable Diffusion's in here, but yeah, the amount of things or models that are in here, that it's just incredible. Maybe we'll do a quick video where I just kind of document it, what it is at this time in history.
For image Midjourney is good.
Does Midjourney use Stable Diffusion? Okay, that's its own one. Wow. Yeah, Alibaba's made a lot of models available. We might have to look up real quick just how much they've released and how much they've said about it. I don't know why they're doing this, but I like it. Ooh, audio models. This could be interesting for text-to-speech. Like I said, I want to be able to run stuff in-house. Mainly because if you want to do things for free, you can't do that in someone else's service.
Quen image gen is booming around the world.
Interesting. And they just open sourced a video model as well. Wow. So Alibaba, this was a year ago, launched 100 new open source AI models.
Sora AI also RN on YT.
I've heard of Sora. Oh, they're the main ones for the video generation, aren't they? The ones that do extremely convincing stuff. Just to note, their Quen code AI model has been downloaded over 40 million times. I want to put that into perspective. So while some people are rolling over saying AI is going to take over the world, there's humans actually out there trying to use these tools to like
Have you
cut
turned
their
on
part
subscriber
out.
mode on?
Yes, correct. Subscriber mode is on. And I think we're, let's see. We're up 10 subs so far.
That's good.
I haven't seen a PH tonight, but I'm sure we'll catch him tomorrow. Hope he's doing okay.
At least daily we need 15 subs as of our aim.
It'd be a good one. Oh, I'm curious. Let's see here. Okay. 11 gigs. I'm gonna have to clear up some space to be able to play with these.
On Discord, a person named Dylan R or something. Who is that?
So Dylan R is one of our original main supporters of the channel. And he kind of set up all the Discord as far as the channels and the bots and stuff. He's not been on as much. He's got to focus on his studies, which is completely understandable by me. But he was probably one of the first people that came on and was like, oh, this is cool. I want to see this grow.
Wow, that's good.
Let's do a blackboard mode. So we need a paint fill. Switch up a little bit, because this will be helpful as far as telling stories and making videos. Why not code it ourselves since it's already here?
In Kynto, can we able to make our maps?
Oh yeah, Truex, 100%. You just have to create your own room, and you can lay down tiles, you can get items, and you can do that right now. And if you do that, we'll even use your maps in the live streams. So please feel free. We should actually do like a build-off live stream where some of us get on there and make some maps, and we stream all the rooms. I could figure that out.
Sure, I really want to make face with tears of joy winking face one.
Oh, it can be an enjoyable thing to do, that's for sure. Right, what does it expect for color? Okay, so it's just a hex. When did I code this? Oh my god. I coded this 23 months ago. Gives you an idea just how long I've been pushing code over here. And that was a feature I never even finished or released. The Paint app. but we're going to use it as part of our process here. No wonder I'm looking over this code like, what did I do here? It's not bad. All right. We want to set a default color here. Applied for here. Okay. Ooh, one second.
Have you checked Hab on what thing he is using to make that game? I mean, I'm curious to check that out.
Yeah, so I haven't checked that one specifically, but when I got into coding, the way it worked is essentially Habbo had to go with two components, right? You've got the server side, which is responsible for logging you in, listing all the rooms, basically keeping track of the state of the world. And then you have the client side, the front end, which actually loads in the avatars, the assets. Well, essentially what Habbo private servers do is they kind of completely scrap the official server and you connect to a fake server. And that fake server is operated by the private server, the retro. And they have their own login database, they have their own room list, they even have their own payments. Like you can pay for VIP on these services and get powers and stuff. But where they're actually breaking the law is they're using Habbo Hotel's actual client code. Yeah. They're using their client code and they're using their art, which is actually illegal. And I got a cease and desist for doing such when I was about 13, which was quite scary to have a big company email you and be like, if you don't stop doing this, we'll sue you. And Sulaki actually got bought or sold Habbo at some point, recent history. But they sued someone into the ground. Like they literally took his car. They were not messing around. And I can't blame them. It takes a lot to develop something like Habbo.
It's still running thinking face.
It's likely operating in servers in a country that doesn't care about that. It could be like Albania or even inside Russia or something. And then it's more difficult to go after you, because in the Western world, a DMCA is enough to get you taken out.
The privacy is also at the risk.
So Truex said they don't go after the people playing it, as the people operating it. How am I with this? I mean, the ironic thing is, Habbo Hotel actually taught, I'd say, thousands of kids how to code because they wanted to code their own Habbo retros. You know?
Have you ever joined to play rolling on the floor laughing that?
Oh, like I said, I ran my own ones as a kid, 100%. And yeah, I played other people's ones too. But, you know, when you're in AvaChat world, you always want to be the one in charge, right? So, go make your own one. Like I said, though, that's literally one of the main reasons I got into coding in the first place. Because it costs money to play Habbo. Learning how to code is free.
You did that on the pro level.
I'm a forever amateur. If you look up the definition for amateur, it's actually quite interesting because I used to associate that with people that don't know enough. But it actually means someone to do something for the love of it, which I find quite romantic. It's true.
Rolling on the floor laughing, yeah, this is what I used to think amateur dash someone who don't know anything.
Yeah. I'm a professional pixel artist now, obviously. But yeah, I want to make this to be like a blackboard. So. Because we could use this as a tool for our shorts. Looks like we have to add some more colors as well.
How to add face with tears of joy, Jesus rolling on the floor laughing.
I did code support for importing images, but I don't think I have it as an option here. Oh boy.
CHRIST is a banned word, lol.
Oh, it shouldn't it be? I have to fix that. All right, fixed. Thank you for letting me know. Oh, we have another word. Get to remove, I think. I think that's still banned. No, I got that. All right.
Get face with tears of joy.
Oh, wow. Okay, here's what we want.
Rolling on the floor laughing.
Wow. I guess I'm connecting to local. What's going on here? I cannot believe that that's all banned. You could blame someone for the banned word filter for that one. the hell?
What is set state used for?
Set state is essentially a way to bind data to user interface. So you could use set state to store which chat messages are in a list of chats, and then if someone updates a chat message, it would update the message on your screen. So kind of think of set state as binding data to the view, the HTML that you actually see rendered on the screen. That's a good question. And I'm currently using use state for many things, but to actually set the colors that you could select for the whiteboard here. I also use it to,
put it in a loop?
Well, you can make the browser hang, but if you do a loop where it's appropriate, like looping over an array of values, like in here I do that over divs to set the color of them. So if you update the color of a pixel, it changes in the grid. But I just broke it actually. Not sure why that's been problematic, but let's see here. I mean, that's a great idea.
So it's a useful thing.
Oh, extremely useful. It's one of the main things that makes React useful, I'd say. So if you look at all these little squares, right? These represent pixels. If I was to right-click this and click Inspect in the browser, you'd literally see that a div is mapped to that pixel. And there's 3 bits of information that are relevant to that pixel. Its X and Y location and its background color. So check this out. Let's see. So we can see this pixel's RGB is black. And that's this pixel right here, right? I'm going to change it. Oh, I already forgot which one it is. All right, it's that one. So I'm going to change it now, and you'll see it update in the inspector. You see it changed color. Oh, you probably couldn't see. Let me bring it up a bit. But yeah.
Wow.
Very, very cool. And I'll do it again. This is on screen. You'll see it's black. I'm going to click it. Boom, instantly updates. And yeah, this is one of the major draws to React and Vue, in my opinion, is how cleanly you can code things that are incredibly dynamic. And I got a bit carried away. That's why I started coding this pixel editor. That's why I started coding this keyboard. But we have to finish up the pixel editor because that'll be an incredibly useful tool to explain concepts and make videos. Or we could do a video on what is set state. I think that's a great idea. I just don't have very good capabilities with this. Yeah, I'll practice that offline. But folks, I think I'm going to wrap up for tonight, just so I can get on at a decent hour for our next stream, which will technically be tonight, but I have to go to sleep. But yeah, I'm going to go settle in. I think it's important to get on. And I'll practice this offline. And let me write it down. We're going to do a short on set and use state. So I think that's a great little intro to get people thinking about React and Vue and stuff. And I think we have to start with the basics. Yeah, 100% Truex. Cheers for hopping on, and thank you for that thumbnail. I made sure to use that right as we got on here.
Face blue wide eyes.
Oh yeah, we're using the thumbnail. Let's see. Cool. All right, let's shut this down, folks. It's funny, the music in my headphones just ended as I said that. And we'll take a look at the Halloween room tomorrow, if I remember. All right. Catch you later, Truex. Have a great one.